Hi, I'm CJ Altenberg with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We've got a brand new Cimarron Norstar 2-horse bumper pull sitting behind me. This is a 2024 model. This just showed up here on the lot. So as we're going to walk you through this trailer, show you some options, just talk to you about how the Cimarrons are constructed. Before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the drawing. I want to show you some specs and how the trailer is actually laid out. So like I mentioned, a 2-horse bumper pull. Not a big trailer by any means. We're 15.5 foot on the floor. That's basically from the rear of the trailer to the front of the nose. You're gonna have a 3-foot nose, or actually tongue on the trailer itself. So nose to tail, you're looking at about 18.5. This is standard width, 7'1" tall, standard width, 6'10" wide, with a front dressing room. So all Cimarron's an all aluminum constructed trailer. 8-year structure warranty, 3-year hardware warranty, 1-year no questions asked warranty on your tires. So they really stand behind the product. Really good warranty. It's just been a good partnership with us and them, especially if we need to help some customers out with those type of warranty items. Now, let's start talking about this trailer and how it's set up. Just a manual hand crank jack on this one, 2 5/16 coupler, so you will need 2 5/16 ball. If you wanted to ever upgrade to an electric, you can do that. Electric over hydraulic on this size of a trailer is probably a little overkill. A lot of our customers go with an electric option. It's a little bit cheaper than the hydraulic. But again, this isn't a big trailer by any means, so we really don't need that kind of lift power. In fact, this trailer is about 2,700 pounds empty. So again, not really hard to hand crank it, or if you want to go with the electric, our parts and service department can help you out with that. The polished nose just on this front cap, and then you've got the diamond plate on the bottom part just to protect it from rocks. This one's white sheeted, that's standard. If you want to go with some other colors, silver metallic, charcoal metallic, black, those are the more popular. There is an upcharge if you want to do custom colors, that can be done, but it will require maybe a potential of a little bit more lead time. On the front tack room, pretty standard. On the door you see a brush tray, so you can throw some smaller miscellaneous items. Some customers maybe want to go in and add some additional brush trays there, a door organizer, maybe you want to do some hooks. Those type of items could be added. This is a 42-inch wide door, and I'll show you why here in a minute. But first, as we start approaching, you're going to notice the fold down step. It's on a gas shock, folds up and down. But as you can see where we're standing versus that lower rail of the door frame, that's a pretty healthy step. So break it in half, making this transition so much easier getting into the tack room. Now the 42-inch wide door, the reason for it is because we have a swing out saddle rack. As you can see, as I start bringing it out, you can see how close we get to the door frame. I mean, there's a pretty good gap there. A lot of other manufacturers will run maybe like a 36-inch wide door. Imagine cutting that down 6 inches. Now our saddles, blankets, everything's gonna drag against this door frame. So it's nice because now I can still get in and out of this trailer by having the 42-inch door here. These are adjustable. So since it's a 2-horse, you're gonna get 2 saddle rack pads, 2 blanket poles. Again, these can slide up and down. We can change the configuration. If you wanted to put one of these below a saddle rack, you could do that. Just a lot of flexibility with this. But it's nice to be able to have everything right there on the ground. And even when it's swung in, you can still get in and out of this tack room. Rubber on the floor. This is just my opinion. I'm not as big of a fan of carpet on the floor because it'll hold those odors, just stains over time. So we really prefer going with this rubber or a gray rubber mat that's become popular as well. On the partition wall, there's some of that carpet. And the reason why we have carpet there is because we have the hooks for you, so it's going to protect those items that you're going to hang. These are aluminum powder coated, so these are really stout. I give Cimarron a lot of credit. They designed these themselves. There's a lot of height to these hooks, a nice spacing, but depth off the wall too. So we can hang a lot of items up there, not have to worry about a lot of stuff hanging off, but that carpet's going to protect it. Besides that, in here, spare tires located over here. We'll talk more about the wheels and tires in a little bit. Above me on the ceiling is going to be a clothes rod, so we can actually hang some clothes in here. You have some space on the back side of this saddle rack. And then the last 2 pieces in here, you have a corner water tank right here, 25-gallon, fill from the top, drain from the bottom. You get a hose, put a ball valve outside. It's elevated so you can put a bucket underneath there. But these are fantastic because you don't have to pack buckets a long distance if you're at an event, or you can have some water right here. Maybe you have a horse that only likes water from home. You can carry that right there. And then there's an LED light right inside the door. Plenty of light coverage. These are these big OptiBrite lights. Not a big power draw with them being LED, but boy, they do put out a lot of light coverage. Again, real simple to operate, that fold-up step there. Up on the top rail, you're going to notice a 16-inch awning light. So we have exterior light coverage as well. Shoots down and out. It's not the pedestal light that protrudes on top of the trailer that maybe you have to go underneath some trees or some brush, something like that, where those will get knocked off. Not to say that can't get knocked off by any means, but compared to the pedestals, you know, our chances of that happening are drastically reduced. Bus windows, Cimarron does a good job on really maximizing the size of this area, because you have to remember only half of this window is going to open with it being a bus. A lot of competitors will have this window for their tail side, butt side windows, so you can see the difference in overall size and airflow that you're going to have with these. 2 tie rings on the outside, bolt-on fender, so if something does happen to this fender, it's not a weld-on, so it's not going to take as much labor to swap it out because it is bolt-on. You have 2 3,500-pound Dexter rubber torsion axles, 15-inch wheels, black and silver accent, just a good look to them. Goodyear 10-ply tires on this one here. You have electric brakes, so your electric brakes, obviously your tow vehicle is going to have an integrated brake controller or an aftermarket in order to operate those. If you don't have one, we can help you out with that. But again, you have a 1-year no questions asked warranty on these tires. So if you have a blowout, you catch road debris, you catch a nail for some reason that can't be patched, they'll replace them within the first year of you owning it. And that's from the day you purchase it. That's when all your warranties kick in, is that date of purchase. All right, at the back of the trailer, we have 60/40 setup. And the reason why is because it's the standard width. We have a little bit wider door on the right-hand side, just making it easy to access. If you wanted to leave your left door shut, loading and unloading horses, you can do that. But if you want to open it up, you have that capability. Maybe your horse prefers a rear ramp. Maybe you want to use this for other purposes as well. Maybe haul some toys, a 4-wheeler, haul a lawnmower somewhere to get service, something like that. We can do a ramp over, so we can remove that rubber bumper right there. It folds up and over the rear doors. So there's a lot of items we can do after the fact here through our parts and service department. Butt strap that goes across, the reason why it's strapped is just because of the overall size. Instead of having one large bar, the strap's just a little bit probably safer for you. If you break that bar loose and a horse hits it, it's a lot of metal that can come swinging towards you, where the butt strap, you can just drop it and move on. So as we get into the trailer here, solid divider with pads, nice big spring that's trying to pull it towards driver's side. This trailer is tipped towards passenger side, so it's kind of hanging off. If it was level, it'd be over against there. I want you to pay attention because we put a little bit of length to this trailer in the back stall so we can keep a solid divider. We don't have to have a telescoping. If we can reduce moving parts, longevity will really hold up on these trailers. So solid divider, it shuts inside the back doors because of that added length in here. Kick mats all the way around, protect horses. 2-way roof vents so we can manipulate airflow. You have your bus windows. You have a window in the back door as well, that right-hand door that we were looking at. So you can create a little bit of a vacuum through here. But it's nice to be able to manipulate airflow with those 2-way roof vents, whether you're grabbing air and forcing it down, or maybe as you're traveling in the winter months, you know, you got it closed up a little bit more, letting that heat kind of rise and get out of the trailer, not sticking in here with the horses. Now that roof, as we're looking up there, you're going to notice this is the standard roof on every single Cimarron. Doesn't matter if it's this trailer, an 8-horse, a big living quarters. They all have that insulated roof. So it is a 1/2-inch thick reinforced honeycomb design. So it's really strong. I can walk on that roof and it won't dent it. It'll take substantial hail. Not to say we can't get big hail that will really do damage, but for instance, we had a hailstorm May 9th last year, middle of the night. everything with aluminum sheeted roof got damaged. The Cimarrons didn't. So that's just a good testament there. More importantly is what it does for your stall area temperature. Because of the R thermal value, the insulation that's standard, it's going to keep this stall area about 20% cooler versus those aluminum sheeted roofs. So you might go, well, maybe that doesn't really sound like a lot. Come into this lot on a hot summer month and we'll take you to aluminum sheeted roof trailer and we'll take you to a Cimarron and you will physically tell a difference. So that's a fantastic, just standard option on every single Cimarron, not even an upgrade, where a lot of other manufacturers, they got to go in and do a line and insulate package. We'll flip to the other side of the trailer from that. Let's talk about the floor. You have rubber mats here, so it's an all aluminum floor, so you are going to have to pull these mats, look, at least once a year, power wash it out. You can assess the floor, sprinkle some baking soda down, it'll counteract the acidity of urine, and then put your mats back in. But what's underneath here is the industry's best all aluminum floor on the market. It's a 12-inch deck that locks in tongue and groove. It's like you're starting to piece Legos together, and it's really gaining strength as you start constructing these trailers. But there's I-beams that run across the whole length of the trailer. And wherever you have a horse standing on a Cimarron floor with 4-inch centers, they're standing on a support beam. So that floor is really going to hold up. You're not going to get those pits or waves in them where urine can collect and start corrosion. But again, really stout floor. You're not going to find a better one out there on the market. You have a load light at the back, an 8-inch. So you have load lights, interior lights, all the way around. They're all on individual switches, so you can determine where you want that actual light to come on. So we get over here to driver's side, same thing, LED light in the middle, 16-inch. Drop down feed doors, big heavy duty drops. This is all framework, so these guys are big and stout. And then you have your jail bars. These, you find the sweet spot in that track, you can drop them, so if you're needing to throw another feed bag in there, something along those lines, you can still access in there. Welded hinges with grease zerks, so they're really stout there as well, but you can maintain them, so you can put grease to them if they start getting a little bit squeaky, to where other ones are welded, but you have to heat them up to try to get them lubricated, to where this, they actually have grease zerks on them. All these doors, tack doors, feed doors, back doors, all have the exact same key on them, so one key to lock everything up. This is a real small piece. We can actually look kind of in the middle of this window here. There's a drip rail above all your doors and windows, and you can see some of that water is kind of collecting there, but it's not going towards the inside of that opening and into that feed door. It's trying to keep that moisture away from there. Look, I mean, yesterday we were 60 degrees, and here we are getting a bunch of snow, and it's gonna get cold tonight, and everything's gonna freeze up. If we can keep that moisture away from those doors, it's going to be easier for you to actually operate them, open and closing. And we're not maybe ripping weather sealant to get things open if they do freeze. So that's a standard piece that goes above these feed doors, tack doors. And it is an extruded piece, so it's not like they added it after the fact. They have an extrusion specifically for that. I'm going to give you the stock number on this one. It's available today. Again, it's a 2024 Cimarron Norstar 2-horse bumper pull. Stock number is 5N231760. We do take trade-in, so if you're looking to upgrade, downsize, we can help you out there. Financing is available, and delivery. We could potentially bring this right to your door. So give us a call. Anybody on the sales team can help you out. That number is 303-684-3400. Give a shout out to Jody, our cameraman, braving the elements with me, and our production crew, Avin, in the nice, warm, and dry van. Have a good day. Give us a call. Thank you.